One moment can change a life forever. A traumatic event, a difficult battle, a painful chapter. The journey of actress Lisa Regina began with surviving violence. Through writing, she found healing. Through healing, she found purpose. Today, Heroic Episodes shines a light on those who rise, rebuild, and transform pain into strength. These are stories of courage, stories of resilience, stories of hope. Welcome to Heroic Episodes.
Hi everyone, welcome to Heroic Episodes Live. I'm Lisa Regina, the founder of the nonprofit A Right to Heal and the creator of Heroic Episodes. And we are joined here every Thursday at 7 p.m. with veterans, advocates, and artists, all who have decided to heal, to create, and to inspire. And as a survivor, I know firsthand that storytelling can truly be healing, not just for the person who's sharing their story, but for anyone who may be listening. And I'm joined here every week with renowned photographer, author of Rock and Soul, Barry Morgenstein.
Hey, good to be back. Good to see you, Lisa.
Good to see you. How are you?
Good. Looking forward to another great episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Putting my glass.
Our old friend, David.
Yes. I'm really moved. And because I spoke to David earlier today, and as you know, when we had our trip to Tennessee many years ago, we spent some time with David and his family, and we got to know him on a very intimate level. And tonight is not only recognizing and, of course, remembering and honoring Sergeant John Toombs, his son, who took his life at the Murfreesboro VA in Tennessee after he was rejected and thrown out of a program and in need of support. And we're here to honor John and remember him, and also really be here for David as a support and show our love to him and his courage to be here, to share with us, to talk with us. And we also have the executive director of 220, which is a wonderful organization. As Barry well knows, Pam Arnell, Dr. Pam Arnell is the executive director of 220. They're doing wonderful work with PTS and veterans, and she is just really passionate about the work she does. And all her team members are veterans that have been through the protocols, and they do peer-to-peer coaching, which I think is important because we are civilians. And after all, a veteran talking to another veteran is very different than talking to a civilian who may not understand what they've been through.
Sure.
But David's here. I could see him. So I think we should bring him on.
Yeah, let's bring him in. The star of the show. There he is.
Hey, folks. How are y'all?
Hey, David. Looking good.
Good to see you, Barry.
It's been a while. You're looking good.
Yes, it has. Thank you. I'm honored to be here with such pretty people.
Oh, thank you. I'm copying you with my gray hair.
There you go. You know, I see guys that like to dye their hair black. Like, no, I earned this. I'm keeping it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was told. I let mine go during COVID, and everybody said, you know what, just keep it. It looks better. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah. So
one less thing to worry about, too.
Yeah, exactly right. There you go.
Well, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, guys, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
You know.
No, yours is good. Believe me.
David, you look like you're in a peaceful little haven outside. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of am. This is kind of like this is my patio area that, you know, sometimes I have morning coffee out here. Sometimes I just sit out here and listen to music.
Nice.
It is my little peaceful area.
Yeah, good.
Nice. I like
You deserve
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I was I was just saying that when we were in Tennessee, we got a chance to really get to know you, David. But over the years, I was texting you and I was saying, how long have we known each other? Is it 9 years already?
Yes, yes. I first talked to you cell phone. I was out actually metal detecting, and I was talking to you while I was metal detecting.
Metal detect. Well, I hope I brought you good luck.
Well, I call it dirt fishing. Some days you have good days, some days you have bad, but you don't know what you got till you get it out and look at it.
I guess so. And then you have to brush the dirt off it and see what it is, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's interesting, but yeah, that's the first time we talked.
I still talk about our time with you too, and if I could tell everybody the story of just what a generous, great guy you are, it's like.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll always remember that because Lisa and I were down there in Nashville I was doing headshots. Lisa was teaching her acting class.
Yeah.
And you wanted us to come to your house for a barbecue and do some shooting, which was great. And it turns out,
oh yeah,
you came to pick us up. There you go. There's
there I am.
So it was an 1.5-hour drive from your house, I forget the town, how to pronounce it, but
Murfreesboro.
So you came to pick us up, which I think was a 90-minute drive to pick us up, 90-minute back to your house for the barbecue, and you drove us back that night. I mean, it's like, we don't get that hospitality in New York. That was pretty cool.
Hey, that's the way we do things down here.
Yeah, but that always stayed with me though. So we always appreciate that. There I am.
Well, I appreciate that.
And that picture, first time I held the gun, and you taught me how to hold it, how to shoot it, and I think I got the target pretty good if I remember.
Did you catch the fever after that?
I did, but I believe it or not, I still haven't gotten my own because New Jersey was difficult. Now it's a little easier, so I need to start looking into it again because
good deal.
Yeah, that was a great day for sure.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
good food,
good family, friends.
Right. Yes.
Beautiful home.
And you gave us.
Yep, that's right. That was another thing. You gifted us those amazing Johnny Cash t-shirts, which we modeled so famously.
Yes, I remember. That's great.
Yeah.
That was John's favorite T-shirt that he wore around.
Oh, I remember. That's right. You did say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
He would get all kinds of attention. He would get like old people would point at it and laugh, and young people would look at him like, "What kind of statement are you making?" And so it was kind of like, I think he done it just to catch people off guard and see their reaction.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's a classic photo, though.
It is. Shelley Morgenstein is saying, hi, David. Love it. And
hi, Miss Shelley.
She has to meet you one of these days. We need to come back.
Definitely.
We need to do a Nashville trip and come see you.
Oh, yeah. You definitely do.
Jasmine Morgan is on here saying hi to
Hey,
David.
Jazz. Oh, bless her heart. Little sweetie. I've known her since she was probably 3 years old. I remember she was born.
Oh, wow.
She didn't know this till recently, but I told her, I said, did you know that you were born the same night Roy Orbison died? But her dad, one of my oldest friends who actually passed away about 2 weeks after Susan did, he was at the hospital in Nashville while she was being born, and they brought Roy Orbison in to the emergency room.
Oh, that's wild.
Yes, and of course Joe was out there smoking. Like, is that who I think it is? Guy said, yeah, he's passed away.
Oh wow! I didn't realize Orbison lived in Nashville. I guess in the Nashville area.
Yeah, he lived in the Nashville area.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, Jazz.
It's great. She says, love, love, love you.
Yes, she's a sweetheart.
I love you very much too, David. And after 9 years of communicating, I feel like I know John through you. And I said that to you a couple times because through our conversations and hours of conversations, you've shared so much about your son, John, and I'm just really grateful and honored. And for heroic episodes to be able to bring John's story to life with the truth and the integrity and the authenticity, that it deserves. I just want to thank you again, because I've learned so much about your son, his
Well,
sense of
thank you.
his love of music, his taste in music,
Mhm.
his quirky sense of humor,
Oh, yeah.
so many things.
Everything
And
we love.
yeah,
Yes. I was telling you earlier, he was a human cartoon character.
I love
I
that
mean,
photo.
literally.
Yeah. That's the first photo you showed me.
beautiful.
Yeah, love that photo.
He was that was when he was on tour in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
of course, the fun side of him, we have him there as the president of the United States.
Yeah, you know what's really ironic about that? When he, of course, he had to go do a camp up in upstate New York, and they took the weekend down to Philly and uh, done some sightseeing, this and that, and he had that made. And ironically, that's the year he died.
Oh wow.
And he had that made a couple of years, well, long before that. I think he had that made in 2008 or 9, maybe.
Hmm.
So it was kind of bizarrely prophetic after
Right.
going back and looking at it.
Sure.
Shows a sense of humor though. I love it.
That's true.
And of course, what's really painful is that, John's video is still on YouTube, and
Mhm.
he openly shares. And you said to me today, right before you came on, that like he wanted this video out there. He wanted
Mhm.
others to know where the VA had failed him and how he was turned away. And I just think that we hear so many stories, and there's too many. And it makes someone like me, and I'm sure Barry agrees, a civilian, we feel helpless. We don't know what we can do.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
we hope that by being here with you and giving John's story life and sharing it with others, that at least we're honoring him, and we're here to honor what he wanted, and that was for everyone to know
And
what.
I greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
It's like Lisa said, even before we came on, I reread the story. I mean, I obviously know the story. You took us to the VA too to show us,
Mhm.
which is pretty moving and incredible. It's sad, but then rereading it again, it's just, again, like Lisa said, it's frustrating because you get infuriated, you get so angry, and you want to scream, just like how something so simple, it just like it should not have happened. I mean, it just, how dare they treat our heroes like that? And it's just such a horrible.
Yeah, and like I was telling Lisa earlier, I've always said I'm not anti-VA.
Mhm.
It's a great organization. It's got great capabilities. Has really helped a lot of people. But like in John's circumstance,
They
it's
fail.
not the organization as a whole that failed him. It was just a small handful of individuals, like 4 or 5 people, that basically just had control to do what they wanted. And like he said in his video, they were looking to make an example out of somebody, and they made it out of hand.
Terrible.
So that's I think the biggest issue with the VA itself isn't the organization as a whole.
Well, that's good to hear.
It's those
Yeah.
Right.
individuals that, and yourself, you've probably met those type people that they have a little authority, they've got a world of power.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
familiar with that.
And
And they're very dangerous people too. Very dangerous.
Yeah, they
yes,
shouldn't be in
You know.
that position.
Right.
They shouldn't have a role like that at the VA.
Right.
And thank God for organizations like 220 that really care and that are out there, because
yes.
and I'd like to bring Dr. Pamela Arnell on from 220, because she also thinks she might be related to you some way, David.
Oh, wow.
Bless her heart. she better find another hobby.
Pam Arnell from 220.
Hi, Miss
Pam.
Pam.
Hello. Hey, Barry. Hi, Lisa. How you doing, Mr. David?
Fine. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. And I was laughing. I text Lisa. I was laughing at Barry. He's starting to get an accent. and he was saying Murfreesboro. I said, he's getting the accent.
There you go.
But Pam, we were of course, having this moment of seriousness, and then I also wanted to just bring in that levity, because it's amazing how when I was talking to you, you said, "Wait a minute, David's last name is Toombs. I think we might be related some way." And then, so you can tell David for yourself. He's right here.
David, are you from Rutherford County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you know George Toombs?
No, but my granddad, how do I put this? My dad's family was from North Nashville, and my granddad's name was George Toombs.
Okay. So,
And go ahead.
no, I was going to say, so my cousin married George Toombs.
Okay.
They lived in Smyrna for years and years and years. They just recently moved. They have two
Well,
daughters. Yep. So I
I'll,
think
s-
we're related.
I'll say this, and now
Okay.
here's what I've been told. My granddad, he died in 1941, and he during the Prohibition era made his extra money brewing beer in the summer and selling moonshine in the winter. And
I love it.
sometimes he would get his moonshine from his cousin in Smyrna.
Yeah.
So
We're
that
related.
might be the relation.
We're related.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go.
There you go.
We solved the mystery.
There's
Solved
the
it.
connection.
We've
Well,
still got a lot of family in Rutherford County, in Murfreesboro, over in Cannon County, in
Mhm.
Laverne, and in Smyrna. So I was just in Murfreesboro a couple of weeks ago. I'll be back the 21st of August because I'm doing the boss lift. So I actually get to fly the
Okay.
Black Hawk from Smyrna over to Manchester.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
Yeah.
very
Can I,
cool.
can I say
That is
that you
cool.
guys look like you could be related?
Yeah.
Miss
Yeah.
Pam, I would not take that if I was you.
I love it. But Pam, I think David made a really important point when he was saying that he doesn't have anything against the VA as a whole. It's just a handful of people that did not do the right thing by John. And you can explain it better, David, why they threw him out of a program that was there to help him. And
Mhm.
maybe that person that took the authority, as you said, to do that really didn't have the authority to throw him out of a
Probably not.
No, the strange thing about it, when he went into that program, October the 6th of 2016, I'm trying to remember the exact count. So if I'm off a little bit, excuse me, but it was somewhere he saw close to 9 or 10 different healthcare individuals, physical, mental, uh, different doctors, different titles.
right.
But the day he was thrown out, it was just 4 people. And it was the program director who had only been there for maybe a month.
Mhm.
His one of the male nurses, his PTSD counselor, and substance abuse counselor. Veteran advocate wasn't told.
Oh, wow.
There were several people that didn't know that it happened or was going to happen with him being on Thanksgiving break. Some of them had taken the whole week off or taken off a few days early. So it just, 4 people had that instant decision. They found their example, and all because he was your typical veteran going through issues.
Mhm.
Medication times each day. Uh, John always had trouble waking up in the morning. Well, he was late for morning medication. I read the report. He was 1 minute late one day and got wrote up.
Wow.
Wow.
So they used the late for medication. Uh, uh, he was having issues up and down with, and this was also told to me by his own nurse, that he had all the signs and symptoms of a veteran going through PTSD, depression, anxiety, several things. All the medications they were throwing at him.
Mhm.
He would have trouble sitting through like a group and have to get up and walk out.
Right.
He had good days, he had bad days, and after he had apparently pissed off one of the nurses, kind of put a target on his back.
Mhm.
And there was a morning meeting the Monday before Thanksgiving, and the director asked the staff, how can we benefit the nurses more, help them out? Because it was only like 2 or 3 per 25 veterans each shift.
Mhm.
And this one nurse spoke up and said, get rid of Toombs.
Whoa. Wow.
Just that quick.
Wow.
That's disgusting.
And yeah, and so yeah, they done it. And he really didn't have any defense.
Hmm.
I've heard different things that happened, that he had argued with them about being kicked out,
Yeah.
and was trying to get back in. They told him, well, we don't think you're ready for this program yet. He had already been in it 45 days.
And I remember you telling me, David, that he was so passionate about it, he wanted to become a counselor and help other veterans.
Yes, Lisa, he had actually been studying. He didn't get much out of the AA. He thought it was antiquated, but he started studying a program called Smart Recovery. And each letter SMART stands for something that I don't have on top of my head, but
Acronym.
he told me he was doing a lot of research into it. He had actually taught one of the classes one night, just took it upon himself to, hey, I'd like to teach a class on this. The veterans told me they really liked it. It made a lot of sense. And he said, well, here's what I want to do. When I get out of here, I want to go do another 90 days at either the VA in Prescott, Arizona, or one down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And then get my certification to be a smart recovery counselor, because I think that's my calling, is these veterans need help.
Right.
And so ironically enough, the Saturday before they kicked him out, he was going to teach a class, and the program director told the veterans, you do not go to that class, you go to AA.
Mm.
And that kind of you know, really pulled him down.
Yeah.
Bothered him.
Of course.
Or
Jasmine said the acronym SMART is self-management and recovery training.
That's right. Thanks, Jazz. Yeah, he told me that instead of using drugs, that it taught you how to rewire your way of thinking, so that you could work through everything from substance abuse to PTSD by just rewiring your way of thinking. That's why it really impressed him.
So whoever was teaching the AA, it sounds to me that they felt threatened by a program that might be actually helping veterans. And I mean, you know, how could they, if they're responding to this SMART program, why wouldn't they encourage it? You know,
you would think.
The only thing we can figure is that program director already had John in his sights, because he had already irritated him once. And it all happened Halloween weekend. They had Sundays was visitation for families, and every Sunday I'd go out and take John some tobacco, instant coffee because he had to have both. And we'd talk about the program. And then the next Monday, the day after, he called me and says, I got to tell you something. We got quarantined this morning, that there's been a scabies outbreak.
Hmm.
And he approached a male nurse and said, what the hell were y'all thinking? You let all these families come visit yesterday knowing that there was an outbreak. And how many of these people are going to go home and have scabies? Why didn't you do this before this morning? That's what supposedly put the target on his back.
Oh boy.
He questioned authority.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a
And
valid question, right?
Right.
yes,
He was right in questioning them that. Yeah. He
yeah,
was very-
and him questioning authority was John was the type person. If you had authority, he respected it. But if you had authority and abused it and was stupid, he would confront you about
Yep.
it.
Right. Smart.
That's what he done.
Yeah. Exactly. The way you should be.
Mhm.
And
But
and David, in the military, I remember that term that you shared with me, trunk monkey, because he sat in the back of the truck,
SUV.
the SUV. Yes, and was that an endearing term between veterans, or where'd that come
No,
from?
that came from the Geico commercial. Uh,
really,
I
wow.
think it. I think it was Geico, but it was a guy that it was one of the commercials where whenever there was a problem, he would just he would push a button in his car for trunk monkey. And I know it was on YouTube. And John loved it because a monkey would come out of the trunk and he would have like a tire tool and hit somebody and get back in the trunk. So by him sitting in the back of the SUV, I mean, he picked up that trunk monkey title because of that.
Yeah. This is in Afghanistan, is that right?
Yes, yes, they had been out and they had come back or they were out and then they took a break. But yeah, the girl that snapped this, and it's a great picture. We actually used it at his memorial service and blew it up big. That's typical John. You're in a war zone, and what's he doing? Napping with a cigarette in his hand. That's he would find a place where and when.
If I remember, his job was to look for roadside bombs or any
No,
other danger.
actually, Barry, he went over there with a 230th Signal Corps. They were communications, everything
Okay.
from fiber optics to cable, telephone lines. But when they got there, they needed some volunteers for a unit that kind of it was an escort. When officials or officers were at the base, if I can get this right, in downtown Kabul, if they had to go out, maybe to the air base or somewhere, then they were in the black SUV convoys that would take them back and forth. So whenever they weren't doing that, then they may get called to, fix a cable line here or do something with communications there. But yeah, that's what he done was he was in that small unit that done the transport and kind of like well, let's say, if one of you guys went over there and you were going to go outside the city to like a base or something, well, then they would follow you in the black SUVs or escort you pretty much.
Right. David, the video on YouTube, I have it here.
Mhm.
And I just want anyone that's watching to know why you would like to share it and why you feel it's important for people to know it still lives on YouTube, and it's John and he's talking to us, to everyone, because I was hesitant to show it, but I want you to share with everyone why you feel it's important.
Well, John made that video just hours before he took his life. And he wanted people to know how some veterans were being treated. He didn't want it to be brushed under the rug like they tried to do. He actually done the video and then wrote an open letter to the program director at the VA and called him out also and posted it to Facebook because he wanted people to know what was going on. He had some issues with the VA, but mostly staffing. It wasn't the program as a whole. There was a lot he liked about it. And I think that's what he wanted people to know was, the way they were being treated, that they had this upper hand on them in that program to where they were basically running on fear of being kicked out. And that controlled a lot of the veterans was the fear of being kicked out. And of course, well, he was kicked out. They gave him a couple of options and he didn't want to go back all the way back to square one because that meant having to go back into the psych ward and spend 7 days in there, which it was extremely primitive at the time. And the word amongst the veterans was if you weren't crazy when you went in, you would be when you came out.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
He didn't want to do that. But there is indications from a witness and some records that at some point during the night, he was trying to work his way back toward the psych ward. Because what we were told and a couple of indications that led to it was he did try to admit himself back through the emergency room. But now, this is what we were told, is that someone from the program that he was in called the emergency room and told him that if he tries to be admitted, turn him away.
Oh.
And of course, with the VA not releasing any information, that's all I have to go on is what I've been told. But at some point that night, I guess it may have been after that happened is when he just made his mind to give up.
I'm going to share that video now, and I want everyone to know how David felt about it and to honor John and honor his wishes to raise awareness.
I'm up here at the Alvin C. York VA, where earlier today I was discharged for trivial reasons for, I guess, they made an example out of me. And my only three options now are go back to jail, be homeless, or check myself into the psych ward. And they knew the extent of my problems. PTSD, depression, all that, even more. I won't get into it on here. But when I asked for help, they opened up a Pandora's box inside of me and just kicked me out the door. That's how they treat veterans around here. I came for help and it just threw me out like a stray dog in the rain. But I appreciate all of the support. I feel very blessed. Thank you all very much, and I love you all. Somebody I love more than the whole wide world.
Wow. Powerful. So powerful.
It is powerful.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's still doing good.
Well, and I don't know that the Murfreesboro VA has really or any of the VAs have really improved a whole lot. My late husband's father was at the Murfreesboro VA. He had dementia, and we ended up removing him and taking him out. So it's sad that our VAs don't provide what our veterans need.
Yes.
And that's why, I don't mind being vocal about it. I can be too vocal at times, but I don't care. I just,
I understand.
You would think after John putting it out there publicly and revealing how he was treated, that there would be major investigations, and this Murphy's.
That's what I was going to ask.
VA would just be turned upside down, and people would be held accountable. And
none of that happened, David. Nothing after that. After
no, Barry. I was trying to get an actual investigation,
right?
Because of course the sheriff's department done their short. This has been a suicide investigation. The VA done their root cause analysis, which that sounds complicating.
It's not.
But a 3-year-old that's learning to tie their shoe does a root cause analysis.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it. It didn't work. Let's try it another way. That's a root cause analysis. Well, they done it, and I'm never allowed to see it. It's been exempt from the Freedom of Information Act. And right after it happened, immediately the following Monday, because that video, he done that the day before Thanksgiving. So we were dealing with this during Thanksgiving, that 4-day holiday. That Monday, I started contacting our congressmen, our senators, and saying, look, we've got a problem at this VA. There's veterans that are struggling. My son just killed. I would like an investigation.
Right.
And Barry, I might as well have been talking to one of my dogs. I'd probably got more attention.
Wow.
And I often feel like I did speak at the time, Dr. David Rowe, who was the chairman of the Veterans Committee. I had a brief 5-minute conversation with him and explained to him what I was told happened. And his remark was, well, David, I was told by the VA it was quite different than that. Let me have my law office look into it and get back to you. The last time I ever spoke to the man.
Wow. Disgraceful.
Senator Marsha Blackburn, who is now running for governor in Tennessee, I spoke with her for roughly 5 minutes. And she said, well, I want to refer you over to Dr. David Rowe, chairman of the, Veterans Affairs Committee. And I want to have a meeting with you. I want to schedule a meeting for January 23rd, 2017. That was the last I ever heard from her.
That's disappointing. It's really disappointing. I'm shocked at that. I mean, I didn't think she would be the type to do that. That's a shame.
Oh yeah.
Wow. She is. Yeah.
Apparently.
Disappointing. You're right. Our veterans deserve so much better. You're right, Shelley. They do.
Yeah.
And you just have a lot of outpouring love here, David. And
I appreciate it.
I'm hearing stories like that from the Vietnam era, just how horrible our veterans were treated.
Oh, yeah.
You would think by then, though, by then they would have gotten this right. It's like, how could they keep going like this? It's so infuriating, frustrating.
And I tell you, honestly, Barry, that's one of my concerns is our youth growing up now who's coming out of high school and getting ready to graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
And they're seeing the way the veterans are being treated now. What's their incentive for joining the military?
Right. Exactly. Yeah,
it's true.
To know that once they get out, they're just thrown to the wind, pretty much.
Right.
And it's I've talked with a lot of veterans, some of John's unit buddies, some that weren't that he knew in the program, and they've all got different stories about issues they have with the VA. But it's not the organization, it's the people they're seeing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's those individuals that makes it hard for them.
Right.
that, I mean,
How hard is it?
geez.
It's kind of like it's like America. America's the greatest country, but sometimes we have people who are running it who shouldn't be running it. You know, I mean,
There you go.
or politicians, I should say.
Right.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So
And
same type of thing. It's like,
How hard is it for, no, it's okay. I'm just thinking like, I think we talked about this, someone that works at the VA, like you have staff members that are caring, they're good at their job, and then you have these few that are not. How do they get replaced or fired? Or is it really hard to fire them because it's a government system?
oh, it's hard to fire them because they're union.
They're
oh
union.
wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know that either.
Yeah. That's what I was told,
It's a whole
is
nother
that
story.
with them being union employees, it's almost impossible to fire them.
Yeah.
And, you know yourself, if you got somebody that can't be fired from their job, how good are they going to try to be at their job?
Right.
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 Yeah,
I mean,
Deanna,
And two, they have the VA has such a high turnover rate. And
Yes,
since there is such a high turnover rate, they're not going to fire them. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, Vince Beauvais, Uncle Vince, he says, how come they don't have veterans running the administration at the VA? Yeah. And then
Very
Deanna,
good question.
Yeah.
they get shifted around until they don't cause trouble anymore. Interesting.
That's
Huh.
it.
They probably don't because
That's
it makes
the
sense.
truth.
It's a logical thing to do.
Mhm.
Unfortunately.
And there's the old adage, it's true. As management goes up a ladder to make themselves look good, they're going to try to withhold a certain amount of information from the person above them
Mm.
so that they don't look like a trouble employee. So as you go up the chain, look how much information gets tabled. So they're not labeled, a troubled employee, but a team worker. So yeah, as it goes up from the time it starts with maybe a head nurse to the time it gets up to the top dog, they don't want to be the one walking in the office with lots of bad news. They just want to tell them what they want to hear and get patted on the back. And guess what? They've got that job for life now.
We have Brendan Copeland saying, had a lady who I won't mention that had worked there for only 9 months and had only worked for less than 2 months. They had to hire lawyers to look into firing her because she was just a normal employee, not even tenure. I just hate reading these and hearing about this, but it's good that people are speaking out, and we have to do better for our veterans. And that's why, again, I'm grateful, Pam, that you do what you do at 220, because I always say, like, we can't fix the government, we can't fix the systems, but we can do more, all of us. And 220, I looked over at Pam when you were explaining the SMART program, because I went through sessions with Pam for anxiety and some issues that I had as a residual effect from my assault many years ago. And it's amazing how that rewiring, replacing the negative, bad, heavy thoughts with something, lighter and good and a positive thought. It's amazing how that can really promote mental wellness. And I think, Pam, you could explain it best how the protocols work at 220, because of course, if there's any veterans on tonight that would like to know more or who might be struggling, I think it's important that we share with them what you do, Pam.
Yeah.
So, David, you were talking a lot about what John went through, and basically it's rewiring the neural pathways in the brain. It seems like what he was talking about, what he really liked about it, was based off of the NLP. So the NLP is the neurological linguistic programming. The process that 220 uses is based off of the neurological linguistic programming and reconciliation of traumatic memories. The big thing is, for our veterans and and our first responders, because our first responders are part of that mission, that we do not report to the VA. We do not report to your employer. And there's no talking. So it's not that traditional talk therapy. You don't ever talk about the content at all. We don't, we can make somebody trigger without ever having them talk about that content. That protects them. That protects my peer coaches, so that they're not getting that vicarious trauma. But ultimately, getting the trauma from the part of the brain that, when someone is stuck with triggering, be it physical, emotional, whatever those triggers are, it is in that part of the emotional side of the brain. The reason the trauma does not get neutral is because the brain has not processed that event or events. With the process that we use, once you get that deep sleep, that REM sleep that you've not had for years, then once that brain has processed that, the neural pathways are rebuilding, rechanging, they're going different ways, but the traumatic event has actually been moved over to the hippocampus, which makes it like it's just neutral. That would be the best word to use. So it's made neutral. So the content never goes away, but the reason people trigger so much is because that fight, flight, freeze is stuck on that part of the brain that causes those emotions and those physiological reactions.
I can see that.
Trauma is not a disorder. I cannot stand when someone says disorder, because that makes it sound like somebody's broken.
Right.
You're not broken. But we've seen so many different researches, now where trauma is actually an injury. Kind of like if you have a broken leg and you go get treated, that leg heals. You can heal trauma. It's not a disorder. And if there's a veteran or a first responder, I just reach out to me. That's all I can say, because I don't want to see any more of our armed forces. And we're not seeing just our veterans. So let me explain that. I'm seeing an increase in our active service men and women that are deployed stateside that are dying by suicide. So it's not just our veterans. There's been an increase in service men. Yes. So if you're struggling, just contact me, reach out to me. We'll take care of it. That's the good thing.
Yeah, those are great points we're making too.
Thank you, Pam.
Jeez.
And a lot of veterans are also, they return home, they continue to serve their community, and they are first responders. They are in law enforcement. Olivia King says, "Love you, Papa."
Hi, baby. That's my buddy right there. That's my granddaughter.
Oh, so cute. Oh, sweet.
So when we saw Olivia, she must have been, how old then?
Maybe 15.
15. Okay, she was young.
I think so, because she came in. I picked you guys up, and we'd already had dinner, and I think Michael Mazio was with Easton. Easton was just a toddler, and he was playing on the drum set. And Olivia walked in the house and said, "Who are these people?"
Who are these New Yorkers?
These crazy New Yorkers taking over our house.
Yeah.
Yeah, bless her heart. That was a while back.
Yeah.
That was. But again, a good time. And
it was. Yeah.
Pam, thank you for all you do.
Yes, thank you.
You're amazing, Pam.
And I just also want to share that, David, you're getting back to writing, because we talked about it, and you are a creative soul, my friend. You really are.
How come I didn't know about this?
Well, they said the same thing about Hitler at one point, so don't carry it too far.
There's that humor.
He was only an average painter, so.
That's right. Yeah, he was just average. Yeah. But he was a sore loser.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes.
But now we know where John got.
Look at that. I never saw that one.
The singing, the writing. Yep.
Oh, yeah. He loved to sing karaoke. And he would actually, I caught a little performance one night by total accident. I went to give him a ride home. He went to a bar with some people we worked with, and he didn't have a ride, so I went to pick him up. And they had this really good band playing, and they played Pearl Jam's Animal. And John got up there and started singing it. And then this other kid got up there and started rapping in between lyrics with John, and they just meshed so perfectly. And I thought afterwards, why didn't I record that with my cell phone? Because it was so good.
Yeah.
And all of it was just boom, right off the cuff.
Yeah.
It's a great photo.
That is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And he had that shirt on that the Merle Haggard song, Mama Tried.
Oh,
He
that's
wore
great.
that quite a bit too.
That's great.
They just played a lot in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah,
Dave,
it does.
Can you share with everyone something that you shared with me about Scotland?
Oh, yes. For some reason, John started collecting titles. And I don't know what got it started. I'm sure one of his unit buddies knows more about the story than I do, but he came home from Afghanistan and he said, I'm a Scottish Lord now. I was like, what? He said, I bought some land in Scotland. I was like, why? He said, so I can be a Scottish Lord. I said, how much do you buy? He said, I don't know. I think a piece about this big. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, I don't know if it's big enough to camp on. I think I can stand on it, but it makes me a Scottish Lord. And then after that, one of his buddies, he said, well, I wonder how you become a Kentucky colonel. His buddy's like, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But he got his minister's license so he could become a minister.
I did not know that. Also.
Oh, yeah. He got his minister's license. It was in, I think, March of 2012. So while he was in Afghanistan, in between his assignments, he was buying titles and collecting albums.
Wow. I love his humor, and it definitely comes from you, David, because you have and I'm excited about you getting back to writing because you've shared your writings with me, and we know how therapeutic and how healing writing can be. And of course, you know how much I love to write and found much healing through writing. And I encourage you again to get back to it because you are an amazing writer and you really
thank you.
You tell story well and you know how to express it in words. And I'm excited for you to get back to writing.
Well, I appreciate it.
What do you write? Short stories or what do you write exactly?
No, actually, Barry, I tell you what I done is I had done a thing after a few interviews, and someone recorded me for a spot, like I forgot what you call it, but it was a long spot for one of the veterans groups, and they wanted me to tell all of John's story. So it was a 30 or 40-minute recording. And after it was done and aired, they left John's story out, except basically me saying how much I missed him. Right. And the only thing that bothered me about that was I looked back and it was like through all the interviews that I'd done and things like that, they seemed to leave the most important part out. It was just how bizarre the whole situation was. And so I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and write it. And I don't care if nobody ever sees it. I don't care if I put it in a blog. I don't care if I publish it, as long as I just get it all down. And that's what I done. And when I'd gotten, I forgot, maybe 11 or 12 chapters in, it came to the point of having to go back now pull out all the reports, all the records, and start going through them. So I just had to step back because, we talked earlier, that scab, that one never heals, but you can get a scab on it. And every once in a while, you have to pull that scab off and jab into it. And I just wasn't ready for that at that point. And then, of course, when Susan passed, that kind of even set me back further because, she was my boss, my project manager, my cheerleader, uh,
Yeah.
everything you could think of. And so I just didn't have the, I just didn't have the creativity I was focusing on what am I going to do now instead of, oh, I need to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll get back to it while I still have a few days left so I could get it all down. But it was all I just wanting people to know what actually happened that made the whole thing so bizarre. But nobody wanted to talk about it. I mean, certainly NPR, as we discussed earlier, all the time this guy spent on that interview, he didn't touch on any of it. And that really bothered me because, it's not about, it wasn't about me. It's about John.
Right. Of course.
And so, the way I put it at one time was, John basically lit a fuse and left it to me where to throw it. That's the only way to put it. And so all this, every time I do something is about me, I was like, no, it's about John. Please talk about John.
Right. Of course.
Right.
Nobody would. It's like they wanted to avoid, I don't know if they were afraid of the VA or what, but they just wanted to avoid the hard facts.
The truth.
The truth. That's what I was going to say. I think a lot of that's going to go back to the concern that media has in relation to the VA because so many people are afraid because it's this big government entity and it's supposed to do what it's supposed to do, like take care of our veterans and all that stuff. And so they don't want to burn any bridges. And
exactly.
That's why media does not always tell the truth. So.
No, and they don't tell the problem was, what I found out was they take the truth and then they dissect it, pick it apart to use what they want of it.
The pieces they want to use. Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's actually, like I said, going back to it, that's the reason I started writing about it.
Well, I'm so glad you did get back to writing, and I'm grateful that you're allowing me to write John's story into heroic episodes. And our relationship
I'm appreciative.
for 9 years is a friendship and a bond that, I really value. And that's the goal, to tell John's story with truth.
Vice versa, dear.
With truth. And you're there every step of the way because, I can't write it without you. And it's so important that you get that truth out there. And
and that's something that I've shared with you that we found comical but sincere also is the fact that John wasn't an angel, not by far. He don't deserve sainthood. Hell no, I'd vote against it in a heartbeat. But he was a unique individual.
Yes.
And he was a veteran. And
that's good enough for me. He served our country.
Four people just snuffed out all his hope one day. Everything he had planned for, everything you wanted, they just kind of, mashed that candle wick and there it went. But he was unique. And all the stories
yes, I do. I've written a lot of them, and I can't wait to share them with a massive audience. And that's why we are really, Barry is a associate producer on heroic episodes. Pam Arnell is a consultant. We have an amazing team, and
that's great.
Joe Montaigne is our executive producer, and we will raise that money and get the series done because it's so important to be able to tell John's story as well as so many others, but with authenticity, with truth,
Right.
Yeah.
and also providing resources, right, Barry? Making sure that we
Oh, for
provide
sure. Well, that's what's so important about the heroic episodes. It's going to provide some resources. It's going to help veterans. It's going to bring stories to life, important stories like John's story. It's going to be. I can't wait to see this episode. It's going to be such a powerful, and I know you're going to do such an amazing job, with casting and everything. And it's going to be such a great story. I can't wait to see it. So yeah, I'm proud to be a small part of it, but honored that.
And I
we-
appreciate it. I mean, public awareness is probably, really important because unless somebody has had direct contact, whether it be a family member or a friend with a veteran that's having struggles, a lot of the American public just don't even know we're losing how many veterans and service members to
Right.
suicide each day.
Yeah.
So important to get that out there.
Yes, I mean,
And to get help.
I didn't know what PTSD was
Right.
until John got diagnosed and then informed me that I had it from childhood, and I didn't even know it, but he knew through everything he'd studied was smart. He saw the telltale signs,
right.
and I didn't have a clue. But there's probably a lot of the American public that don't know that their neighbor, their cousin,
Of course.
their dad or son may have some of the same symptoms to say, wait a minute, maybe we need to talk to him about this.
Yes.
So yeah, awareness through this for a project like this, for public awareness is, I mean, by itself invaluable.
Absolutely. Speaking out about it. And if anyone wants more information on heroicepisodes.org, that's our site for our TV series in development. We have an amazing team. We have great partnerships with nonprofits like 220, as well as Temple University professors who have come on board as consultants, and just a really strong team. And I just, Pam, please put your information out there for anyone who's listening, whether you're in the military or first responder or just someone who is struggling. Don't be afraid to reach out to 220. Pam, if you want to just, I don't want to wrap us out, but I know we could talk for hours tonight, so I'll put your site up there again.
Thank you.
Can I just say with that now, with the episode, when the series comes out, it really is going to be the most important TV series that's been out in a long time. You get a lot of shows about the military, and some are pretty good. This one is going to tell real stories and just so important stories and employee veterans, and I don't know if that's been done. So
That's wonderful.
Has to get going. Everybody has to help out and get this thing going because it really is important to the most important people in our country, our veterans, the people who ever served.
Yeah.
Our country, so.
And film-wise, I think I mentioned this to you, Elisa. Film-wise, or cinema, or anything, people are more drawn toward the battle movies, the action movies, and that's all they. Yeah, that's all they really know about Afghanistan, Iraq is okay. These battles, these fights, they were carrying these guns, but okay, let's go past that to what happens after you get home. And that's not really been talked about. That's why this, I think, the heroic episode is important.
Great point. That's so true. Great point.
Thank you. Yeah.
The personal stories.
Yeah, it's all about once they come home and the ripple effect that it has on the family and the sacrifices that the families make, because they are also serving. Yeah. And then every episode will end with, of course, someone like Dr. Pamela Arnell talking about 220, and they'll have a spotlight after every episode sharing about their mission and the resources that they provide.
That's great.
Haven't seen that done yet, and I'm just excited about heroic episodes to be able to do that, tell the true stories, honor our fallen, provide resources, and employ veterans, and really be an outreach to community.
Yeah, it's important. I feel like it's really important.
Now, Pam, if anyone's listening tonight and they want to reach out to you or 220, someone there, are they going to go to 220.org, and will they actually get someone, a real person responding?
They will. I get asked all the time. So I'm going to get my number out. And actually, the 800 number that's on the website, it comes to my phone. And it's funny when I answer it, they'll say, "Are you a bot?" No, I'm not a bot. I'm a real person.
They've been calling the VA too many times.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right.
But you could go to 220.org. On the homepage, there's a contact us. You can fill that information out. It comes directly to me. It also comes to Tricia, which is my social worker. The big thing to know is, the armed forces, active veterans, we definitely recognize the National Guard, Air Guard as well. Gold Star families, Green Star families, and then first responders. There's no cost. It's 100% confidential. The other thing you can do is call my number. It's 931-638-7131. And if I happen to not answer it, leave a message, because I'll call you back, because I work with a lot of our mission clients, especially the high profile ones. I take those cases. So
say your number again. I'm typing it out.
931-638-7131.
This way we could show it. Did
Yes.
I get it right?
You got it right.
Mhm.
I don't believe in waiting list, so that's going to be 24/7. If you are in the armed forces, or you have been in the armed forces and you're struggling, just call me. Please call me. We will get you taken care of.
Right.
Excellent.
Right.
David,
Yes.
do you want to leave us with any thoughts? Because you've had a lot of people watching tonight. You're surrounded by love. We love you very much. We admire
I
your
appreciate that. Thank you.
and we look forward to having you on again.
I don't know.
Anything?
Thank you for the compliment, but I don't know if it's much courage, Lisa. Just don't know when I'm too stupid to know when to stop.
David, I'm going to say, I don't know if you guys have a drink. I want to do a toast to John. He was
Thank you.
a hero, a toast. I wish I knew him. I always said that. I wish I knew him. We
I
would have got
appreciate it.
But I'm honored
Yes,
to be
you
your
would.
friend too. So this is the John.
Thank you,
And to
Barry.
David.
Likewise.
Thank you, David, for keeping the story alive.
Yes.
Thank you.
We will honor him in heroic episodes,
Yes.
and always,
Can't wait.
always be here for you, David. And thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
And I'm going to end our live soon, but don't hang up. I need y'all to hang on, y'all.
Yeah.
We'll sure do it.
You know what? We should just end the last 10 seconds with Barry saying Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro.
Barry, I laughed. I said, he's getting an accent.
Was that right? Did I get it? Murfreesboro. I
That's
can't,
it.
I can't say Massachusetts, so I'm going to stick with Murfreesboro.
Good enough.
Shelly
You're
always
good
makes fun of
there.
me. I can't say that part of Boston.
That's like the town over, Shelbyville. Nobody calls it that. We call it Shedville.
Gentle.
Shedville.
Shelville.
Yeah.
Shelville. Thank
I had
you,
a-
everyone, for joining us. Pam, let's hear you say Murfreesboro before we hang up.
Murfreesboro.
That sounds good. I like that.
Murfreesboro. She said
Yeah.
Murfreesboro.
She said it right.
Listen, I had a meeting the other day, and the guy said, "Where are you from? Are you from Georgia?" I said, "No, I'm from Tennessee."
Tennessee, y'all. Thank you so much, everyone. All the
Thank you.
love, all the comments. Thank you for tuning in
Thank
to
you.
Heroic Episodes Live. Thank you, David Toombs. And we will see everyone next Thursday at 7 p.m. Every week we have veterans, advocates, and artists. It's all about inspiring others and providing healing and hope. So we look forward to seeing you. God bless you. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Thank you,
night,
David.
everybody.
Good night.
Hang on.